it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? It is, let's see, it is Wednesday, hump day, the 15th of May. It is what you're working on Wednesday, Whip Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. I am in the whip corner of my house, not at the camper today. So I'd like to thank you all for joining me here. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping in by, having a wave. If you've been around, thanks for keep coming back again and again and again. So let's see what is going on. We left the campground. I worked on, I'm trying to find where I put it. Here it is. Well, let's back it up or go forward, I think, because this project is first in my way. For Mother's Day, my daughter-in-law gave me this really cool bag, which is, of course, going to be a project bag, and it is called Grammy's Bag of Fun. Isn't it awesome? It's really nice. I don't know where she got it from, but I love it, and I am called Grammy. And it's got, I guess I'm showing you the wrong side, got a little black and white ribbon on it. And living in this bag is my hooker versus hooker project that I started 2 nights ago. And I'm hooker versus hooker. Oh, that is the brainchild of Laura from Laura from Mad Mamie's Crochet and Farming, and Jan, an Alaskan crafter. I will have them linked below. And they do a challenge, a monthly challenge. There's no real prizes, just bragging rights. There's 4 contestants, and then anybody else that wants to participate. So I participate. You get, there's 2 other people that participate that are the pickers. They pick a project, type, and up to 5 colors of yarn. And the contestants have to use those specific colors of yarn and make something in that product or project plan. So this last month was amigurumi, and I made the giraffe here, which I again forgot to give Chloe. I saw her today, and I completely forgot it. Oh well. This month, the project is something for a baby. So, the colors, I'm going to tell you, were green, yellow, and white. Now, you're supposed to use individual green, yellows, and whites, but I'm cheating, so they can disqualify me. They keep telling me they're not going to disqualify me. Yes, they are. It's okay. I am disqualified. I mean, I know I'm disqualified, but I'm still participating. There's no prize, so I don't get to brag that I won. That's okay. I'm not competing. I'm just participating, so I'm bending the rules. I bought this yarn. It's ice yarn, or I got this yarn. And when I first saw it, I thought that would be gorgeous for a baby blanket, just a generic baby blanket. Because it's yellow, green, and white. And what else would you use that for but a baby blanket? So, you want to see it? I bet you do. So this is the yarn. So don't mind the crunch. That's what all the crunch is about. I had 8 skeins of this. So rather than digging them out and yelling at you over the crinkle, I will tell you about it this way. It is 100% baby acrylic, 100 grams, 360 meters. It's classified as a 2-weight and use a 4 knitting needle. That's how ICE classifies their, they don't give you the hook size. They don't give you the American measurements, only the metric, which is fine. We all know how ICE is. This is Ice Baby Magic. I think, here's the color, 5 and a bunch of zeros and a 3, if you like the color. 50003. And I'm going to tell you, I'm holding 2 together. Okay, sit down here. And they are living on my wool genies, of which I have 2. This one I got off Laura from Mad Mamie's Crochet and Farming, gave to me. And she orders it on an Etsy shop. And I love this It is so awesome. You just pull from around the outside and it goes round and round and round. Um, I love using it. Now, because I'm holding two together, I needed two, and I got this one myself off AliExpress. Not nearly as good a quality, but a lot less expensive. Um, and it works for holding two ice yarns together or any other yarn. So you don't use from the inside. There's not a center pull on these. There is a center pull on these, I think, but we're using the outside strands. And I need to get it done quickly because I didn't even start until the 13th, and we have to have it done by the end of the month. I have projects that are taking me longer than I want, that I can't even get to. And this is a thin yarn because it's only a 2-weight. So I doubled it. I'm using a 6mm, my chocolate clover. And I decided I wanted something that I could just pick up and do. I don't need to think about it. I just want it to be fast and easy, and I'm going to make it big enough for Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek is a camp in Eustis, Florida that Nancy from She's Got Yarn, myself, Billy was with us and is now retiring or semi-retiring, and Lynn Ann from Nina's Knots is jumping in. I think Jaxie from Creations by Jax is going to jump in. And we collect blankets. So if you're not making them, get a groove on. We want to collect 2025 blankets for 2025 because we will be delivering them to the camp in 2025. So the goal is 2025 and 2025. And it's hashtag Boggy Creek Camp, which is a camp for chronically ill children, and they get to take the blankets home with them as a keepsake, a hand knitted or crocheted blanket. So I'm killing a couple of stones. I'm using the yarn, a couple of birds with one stone, right? Whatever that saying is. I'm using yarn that I purchased, wanted specifically for Boggy Creek. So I'm excited about that. And it's, what is that? Stash Before Cash. I already had these, so that's awesome. I am going to participate, even though I'm going to be disqualified in Hooker versus Hooker, because I'm making a baby-ish blanket. I'm just going to make a Boggy Creek size. It is square. I'm just doing one big, huge granny square. And I'm really liking the looks of it. I don't know why my center square isn't quite square, though. You guys, why is my square not square? Is it because sometimes I'm tighter and sometimes I'm looser with my tension? I always have a problem with tension. But my center square is not square. I mean, it is square, but my blanket isn't like square around it. But the outside of my blanket is square. I mean, it's not like cockeyed. I don't know if you can see that or not because I can't see through. But so I don't get it. But it's fine. I mean, it's all fine. It will make a very nice, cool Boggy Creek blanket. I can't decide if it's very generic. Like the colors are very neutral. I'm real happy with that. Hence why I even wanted to use this yarn for a Boggy Creek blanket, because it can go male or female without any question. The colors are bright and cheery, and I think it looks good in a granny square, so I'm real happy with that. I'm holding the two strands together, so it does give it a little bit of different color texture, I think. And so that's kind of cool, like a little bit of a marbled look to the colors, if you can see them up close. So I just totally like the whole vibe going on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a border or just leave the granny stitch. What do you think? I'm working, these are skeins 5 and 6. I've already completed 4 full, so 400 grams. And now these are skeins 5 and 6. I know I will completely use those. But I have 2 more skeins, which I think will make it go bigger than 40. I don't think I can use all 8 skeins. But the question is, do I do like a lacy border, no border? I'm thinking lacy will make it very girly. Will it look unfinished if it's just the granny square with no like double crochet or half double crochet border edging? What do you think? What do you guys do if you make a granny square blanket? I was thinking of doing a virus stitch blanket because I really love that stitch. But then I had to like follow a tutorial until I get the hang of what I'm doing, and I know there's a lot of rows of repeat. And I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. So I didn't, and I did this, and I'm loving it. It's perfect crochet. Using the 2 strands together, it's nice and thick, but yet I don't think it'll be too hot for Florida. Well, in the summertime, probably everything is too hot for Florida. And it's soft and very, very soft and squishy. And I am just loving the yarn. The yarn colors, the yarn choice, and even the granny square blankie. I mean, I know it's simple and kind of generic, but I still think it's kind of fun. And, you know, the colors are still kind of bright and cheery. And so I think it's a good choice to make a Boggy Creek blanket for them. So that's what's happening with that. I did put a bead on it. I put a bead on it for the first 2 skeins of yarn. I put a bead on it for the second 2 skeins of yarn. Now I'm putting the 4th and 5th, or the 3rd and 4th skeins of yarn. I had the bead working well. Now I'm doing the 5th and 6th skeins of yarn. I put on the 5th skein. I put the bead on it. Put on the 6th skein. Forgot to add the bead. So I have the bead on the 5th skein, but not the 6th skein. I was tired. And I like crocheted on it for quite a bit, and then I'm like, it's not getting tangled, and I'm thinking that's because of the way that it can go on the, you know, on the wool genies. I think that's awesome. So I love the wool genies. That's really kind of cool. Today is, as I said, the 15th of the month, and that means it is the new Shutterbug AU, Judy from Which Piece Crafts Crochet Along, and you use a picture. She has a picture, and you have to pull the colors from the picture. Well, she kind of does it, but sometimes, again, I cheat a little bit, and if the colors aren't like it's in the picture, but not maybe the colors that her computer generated thing did, like last time, I kind of cheated and picked a color out anyway. So I have been making, she does this twice a month, and you can make one project and add to it, or you can make individual projects. I chose to make individual projects. I have these 3 books. They're mini amigurumis. This one is called Animals, and it's just 26 little animals. So the last one I just did was the fox right there. Isn't he a cutie pie? They're upstairs. I have them hanging upstairs. So I really like that one. Then the next book, I got these on Amazon. They're like about a little more than 10 bucks. This one is birds, and this one is sea creatures or ocean creatures. And I've been making like keychains or backpack buddies out of them. So I have to watch the video. I watched it first thing this morning. And I think there were some oranges and yellows in there. I just made this giraffe, but there's a giraffe here. Isn't it cute? Wait, can you see? Yeah. I really like him, but I don't know that the browns go. But then there's this little tiger, and I'm like, oh, he's adorable. Does that fit? I don't remember if the colors fit. But, of course, I can make it whatever colors I want because it's amigurumi. I do think there was some oranges and grays. And so, like, look at this little bird right there. I can't... Oh, wait. Do you see him? Wait, there he is. It's not a robin redbreast, I could tell you that much. Because I already did, what, this one's a woodpecker, I think. I did that one. No, that's a kingfisher. That's what that one's supposed to be. So anyway, I haven't decided. I think there was oranges and blacks and whites. And I have this too, which I really kind of want to make. I don't know. I have this little quest that I want to make all of the creatures in all of the books. And Judy only has this and then 2 more. So she's done the Shutterbug AU is only going till the end of June. She's doing 2 draws a month. So this one plus 2 more. Then what am I going to do with all my other critters? So Judy, I think you need to extend until I have all the critters done. There's 26 in this one, 25 in this book, and 26 in this book. So we got a year and a half if we did it every week. So we got several years worth of critters to go. But I have this big, huge bin full of Alara yarns. Oops, there they go. Also a nice yarn. And it's a cotton acrylic. 2 weight or 3 weight, and that's what I'm pulling from. So I'm going to pull the colors from here and create whatever I decide. I haven't decided. Maybe I'll ask Roy to decide. Then last but not least, when I was at the camper, I was working on the this is actually a pattern from Pamela's Adoring Crochet. Let's see, here is the pattern. I know it's a crochet summer top that she came out with a couple of months ago, and I was testing, and the pattern is great. I just don't, my daughter, I'm making it for my daughter, and she wants it beach cover up length, so like mid-thigh. She's pretty tall, and I'm using a 2 weight yarn. I am using Cotton Fair, which yep, also is a 2 fine, 52% cotton, 48% acrylic. What is it with me and these skinny yarns? The projects take so long. Even though the Boggy Creek blanket hashtag hooker versus hooker, I am using, I'm doubling it so it's thicker. Anyway, for me it is beach cover up. This is what I'm using. And I was working on it at the camper, and I ran out of white yarn. I didn't bring these 2 extras with me, and I was stuck. So we had to come home. I'm like, okay, that's it. I don't have enough yarn. I have to go home. Nah. Well, I mean, I couldn't work on that project anymore, but now I'm home. And let's see. I was right there in the middle of the row. So I have the one panel. I changed by accident the colors. You're supposed to go a big group of, well, I'm using a variegated Americana colors, and there was like so many rows at the bottom, and you had to alternate your, 3 colors were required or asked for. And so you did some of those colors down here. And then you get this filet row, and then this half double crochet is supposed to be one of the, you do the colors again, and then the filet in the white, and then you do the colors again in this. Well, I was just crocheting away, and I got to here, and I just kept crocheting away. I forgot to change colors. So my pattern, color pattern is a little different. The pattern itself is the same, color pattern is different. So I'm doing the white, and then still white, and then going to my colors, which mine is a variegated, so that's what it is. So the pattern, like, this should really have been in the variegated yarns, but dummy, didn't do it that way. So I just followed the pattern the way that I followed it. So this is the one panel, and I'm going from, I think this one I need 2 more of the white sections. This white section is completely done, and it is this long all the way up. Not long enough for her, would definitely be long enough for me, but she needs the additional, maybe not 2 sections, maybe only 1. I don't know. I might have to try it on her. And then this one, I was working on the second section when I ran out of white. So I need to finish that. And then we can go back to the variegated. At the top, I plan, I think, on joining it. I like do a trim, at, whatever the border calls for here, and the in the variegated, and the join in the variegated at the top. But then down the sides, hopefully, I didn't read how she has you join it, but I'm hoping that it's like an invisible join, and you won't see the stitches, so that I don't have to worry about the color changes, because I really don't want to worry about the color changes. But I'm getting near the end on this, so I'm real excited about that. Probably, I wouldn't have started the hooker versus hooker had I not run out of white yarn, because I would have wanted to finish. Now, Dina, Homespun Fun, who, she took a break from YouTube, and I don't know that she's come back on. I haven't seen her. So, hi, Dina. We miss you. Anyway, she taught me to, I mean, not me specifically, but us, if you watch her. She likes to make a lot of garments, and if you're making a garment, she says, do all the panels together at one time. If you got two panels here and a back panel, or like this is, it's a front and a back panel, work on the one and then catch up to the other one, and then work on the one and then catch up the other one. Try to do it all in one sitting. If you do 3 rows of one panel, do 3 rows of the next panel, go back to 3 rows on the first panel, go back to 3 rows on the second panel, so that your tension, which we obviously have learned I have issues with, matches on both panels, and then they will line up better for you. And I think that is the best, one of the best tips I have learned from crocheting. So I do try to do that. Until you run out of yarn, then you're stuck. Which is why I didn't go to the blue, or to the variegated on the one that I had enough yarn for. I was on the white for that one, and I needed to get it finished before I start the blue, or the red, white, and blue, and go on both. So, is what it is. I will not be doing any more crocheting tonight. It is getting dark out. Well, not yet, but soon. And I have to work in the morning. Those of you that are new, I work at a casino, and I start at 4 in the morning, so I go to bed early on the nights before I go to work, and I work there a couple days a week, so it's not so bad. But it is getting to be close to that time, so I want to get this video uploaded, and while that's doing that, I'm going to get ready for bed, and hopefully I can get it edited and stuff before I go to bed. So cross your fingers that the internet and YouTube are working well together today. Let's see, and for the next video, I will be able to tell you what I picked out for Judy's Witch Piece Craft, and hopefully maybe show you what I've done, and maybe it'll be done at the camper. I think the next video, we are getting supposedly Wi-Fi at the campground, actual internet service at the campground, which will be the first time ever since we've owned our camper 10 years that we're going to have internet service at the campground, and not just use your hotspot off your phone. So I'm very excited that I can take my laptop and hook it up, and then my editing will be better. I mean, it's still not great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an editor. But one of the ladies at the campground is pretty good at editing, so maybe she'll give me some tips and tricks. And I could do some really cool stuff. Do you guys know Jackie from ADHD? Oh my goodness, she edits so fun. She does like little cool words here and there and stickery things that flash. And I'm like, how do you do that? I want to do fun stuff. I don't know how. So I'm hoping that maybe my friend, because she does know how to do fun stuff, Jackie would probably be very nice and tell me how she does it. But I'm not a very good learner that way anymore. I need to be like shown step by step. So maybe we'll see what happens. But that's the good news of what's happening at the campground. Trying to think. I think there was something I wanted to show you pictures of. I don't remember. So that's what I have for you today then. And you guys have a great rest of your week. I probably won't see you again until maybe Friday or Saturday. And I will be at the camper then for sure. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.